everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how I stay productive while working from home. If you would have watched one of my videos a little while back, you would know that I've been working from home for the last couple of months, and I've been told by my employer that I'm going to be working from home till at least the end of this summer. So I have actually never worked from home before. This is my first time, so I've definitely had to figure out and learn some ways on how to stay productive and focused whenever I am working from home. It's also an additional challenge right now because we're working home with kids, but that's a whole other thing in itself. Today I'm going to talk to you about the things that I've figured out and learned on how I can stay productive and focused while I'm working from home. Alright, so my first tip is to set up a designated workstation in your home. I already covered this in one of my videos previously. If you would go check out that video that I did before, I shared some tips on how I set up a workstation in my home because it is especially important for you to not work just at your kitchen table or your dining room table and be moving around your house all day. You want to have a designated spot that you feel like you're actually getting up and going to work. So check out that video on how to design a workstation, how you can do it on a budget, how you can decorate it and make it feel more homey and inspiring so that you are super productive every day. Before I get to my next tip, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you really like it and if you want more videos on this topic. The next thing that I discovered that really helps me stay productive while working from home is listening to music. And not just any music, because I love lots of different kinds of music. I love hip hop, I love Afrobeats and so many different types of music, but I find that there's certain ones that really help you stay focused and productive. So I like to go to Apple Music or Spotify, and if you specifically look up music to work by or music to stay focused, you get some really great tracks that usually are kind of like house music that don't have overbearing beats and don't have a lot of talking. For myself, I am a communication strategist, so I spend most of my day having to write, and therefore I find that if I'm listening to music that's really super high intense or has a lot of words or things that are really distracting, it makes it difficult for me to write throughout the day. So I love listening to music that is more calm, that has more of a consistent beat, kind of feels like almost like a white noise kind of effect, but you still feel like you're in the zone and you're staying productive and being motivated because it doesn't feel like you're just sitting there boringly in your house working. My next tip is linked to my last one, and that is about listening to music. But I don't just listen to music out loud, I specifically listen to music with headphones on. So that would be my next thing, is that if you want, you can invest into some really good headphones. So typically I usually listen to music just off of like the free headphones that came with my iPhone. But since I've been working from home and I have a lot of people in my house, I find that it's easier to zone in when I have headphones that have a bit of some noise canceling. So I have headphones that actually cover my ears, and I find that's really helpful to stay in the zone and be really focused on the work that I'm doing and not be distracted by random noises or talking or things that are going around my house. I have kids at home. My husband also works from home sometimes, so it's very easy to get distracted by all the things going around. If you have headphones that kind of cancel out some of that noise, it can really help you stay focused and just really zone into what you're doing. These are the headphones that I use. These are the Beats Solo. You can get any headphones. You don't have to invest in super expensive ones if you don't want to, but I particularly love these ones because they do go over my ears and they have some noise canceling properties that really helps just make all of the distractions melt away in the background. So these are an example of some really good headphones that you can get, but check out for sales or anything online, any particular headphones that you feel that really help you zone in, and whatever style headphones you like, I highly recommend you invest in some good headphones. Next tip is to move your body. So I find that typically when I used to work at the office, I would get time to go to the gym, which is not really something that we've been able to do during COVID-19. So instead, my husband set up a little great work area in my basement. It's also summertime, so you can go outside and can get moving. I highly recommend that. One, I've discovered that working out in the morning really helps me be productive for the rest of the day. I am not a morning person. I typically am a night owl. I actually do a lot of work at nighttime and I love being productive in the evenings. However, I have found that obviously I still have to get up for early meetings and I have to do work during the day. And one of the ways I find it really helps to do that is to get up and work out, which is something that was actually a little bit harder for me to do when I have to spend most of my time commuting to the office. I usually wouldn't get to the gym until later in the day because I had to spend like 45 minutes to 50 minutes actually trying to get to work in the morning. Now that I don't have that commute, I take that time and work out instead. The other way you can move your body is throughout the day. So the same way that you would typically take breaks throughout the day if you were in the office, you would get your 2 15-minute breaks and of course your half-an-hour lunch. The same way you should be following that pattern throughout the day at home. And the great thing that being at home is that you have a little bit more access and freedom to do other things to move your body while you're not in an office setting. So for me, I like to take one of my breaks to go for a walk. I like to do some yoga on a break. You can also, if you have kids, maybe take them outside, do something fun, take them to the park. So every time that I find that I go outside and take a break from my works type setting in my home, it really helps give me some new energy and perspective when I get back to my desk to get back to work. So I highly recommend moving your body, and especially if it's not winter where you are right now, to move your body outside. It really helps motivate you and get your energy up to tackle your next task. All right, and my last tip is that one of the specific changes about working from home is the social aspect. So now that I'm not in the office, I don't get to see my coworkers, I don't get to hang out with them on my lunch breaks or go for coffees or tea, because I actually don't like coffee, but those things that typically a lot of people are really missing out on. Try to fit in some social time. So throughout the day, if you can take a break and call your friend, or if you have a friend that lives close by, go for a walk with them. Or if you can, in some places, you can still maybe meet up for a tea at a local coffee shop. I highly recommend still trying to fit in some social time. It really kind of motivates you and helps you get out of your head while you've been working all day at home. And then I find when you're working from home, it's easier to feel like you don't have a change in scenery, or you feel sometimes a little bit less productive for some people. But I find this has been something that has been made me feel really able to keep going and to feel like I haven't lost that social aspect that I used to get in the workplace. I typically have Microsoft Teams meetings or Skype meetings with my teammates. Of course, yeah, there's FaceTime that you can do with your friends or family if you can't see them right now. So finding in some time to be social will actually keep you feeling motivated and energetic throughout the day, and a different way to kind of break up the monotony of working from home. All right, those are all of my tips that I have for helping you to be more productive while working from home. These are just the little things that I have learned. I'm probably gonna learn some more tips as I go along, but if I do, I will definitely share them with you. And for those of you who are like me, who are parents working from home, I will do another video sharing tips on how I have stayed productive working at home, specifically with kids. I hope you really enjoyed this video and found these tips to be helpful. I hope it makes you that much more productive while working from home. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. And then I'll just do conclusion. Have Zoom calls with each other, with my teammates. I don't actually have Zoom calls. Okay, moving along. Moving along. Okay.